Apple utilized the Vision Pro's $3,499 sticker price to give the headset an advantage over the competition. It has double 4K presentations, runs one of the most outstanding PCs in the business, and accompanies complex eye and hand-following innovations. Yet it likewise enjoys one benefit that cash can't purchase: Apple's engineering environment. Maybe the headset's single greatest benefit will be the capacity for iPhone and iPad engineers to handily plug their current applications into the gadget's working framework utilizing recognizable apparatuses and systems. As of now, the framework remains a distinct difference from headsets from Meta, Valve, PlayStation, and HTC, which generally depend on applications and games made in Solidarity or OpenXR to drive their virtual and expanded reality encounters. While certain contenders, similar to the Meta Journey, have key applications like Microsoft Office, Xbox, and Netflix, contributions beyond this are restricted. In the quite a while that Meta's headset has been out, the Meta Missions Store has just delivered around 400 games and applications. That isn't really something terrible, yet it's a sign there's a serious absence of content enhanced for VR. In contrast to other headset environments, however, Apple is promising countless applications from the very beginning, an accomplishment it's ready to pull off because of work on different stages. Macintosh will consequently change over iPad and iPhone applications to a solitary versatile 2D window that deals with the Mac Vision Genius, with no work expected from designers except if they have any desire to roll out any improvements. What's more, for the engineers who need to make a novel, new thing for the headset, Apple is making it simple for those generally familiar with its environment to make applications for Vision OS, its new blended reality working framework. Vision OS isn't quite the same as iPadOS with ARKit, the expanded reality pack that designers have approached for 2 or 3 years at this point, Maximiliano Furtman, a long-lasting portable and web engineer, tells The Edge. iOS and iPadOS engineers will actually want to utilize their exemplary UIKit applications, Solidarity applications, or their later SwiftUI applications for Vision OS. The structures engineers can use to construct applications for iOS and iPadOS, SwiftUI, RealityKit, and then ARKit, have all been reached out for spatial figuring, Macintosh says, permitting designers to create vivid AR and VR encounters for the Vision expert. They can likewise construct their applications with the instruments currently accessible to devs, including Xcode and Solidarity, along with Apple's impending Reality Author Star, which ought to let devs see and plan 3D Substance for Vision OS applications. Furtman adds that despite the fact that the Vision OS Programming Advancement Pack isn't out yet, web engineers can in any case utilize WebXR for vivid web applications and web encounters utilizing Safari on Vision OS. As the majority of the information expected to make applications is now out there. This truly intends that, notwithstanding Macintosh's local applications, we'll probably see a ton of iOS and iPadOS applications advance toward the Vision expert at send-off. For designers taking the leap, Apple is empowering them to extend what their applications can do. A straightforward port could show an application on the Vision Star as a window, making a drifting form in blended reality. Applications with 3D components could introduce content as a volume that adds profundity that is perceptible from all points. More vivid applications could fabricate a space that can take up a client's whole view. Mac will need to highlight applications that exploit the new volume and space application ideal models, Steve Moser, an iOS engineer and the supervisor in charge of the tape drive, tells The Edge. I envision engineers will need to rapidly recompile their current iOS and iPadOS applications for Vision OS so they will be on the Vision OS App Store on the very first moment and possibly persuade a chance to be highlighted by Macintosh. This is uplifting news for Apple, which is hoping to prime its application store with administrations making its headset valuable. In any case, the methodology misses the mark in one region where Apple's rivals have serious areas of strength. At the point when the gadget comes out right on time 1 year from now, Apple says it will house more than 100 games from its arcade administration, which is a pleasant advantage, yet the greater part of these games aren't fabricated explicitly for VR. That has a quite enormous effect, as clients could simply whip out their iPhone or iPad to play an arcade game, as opposed to put on a whole headset just to play Irate Birds Reloaded or Sanctuary Run. All things considered, individuals are purchasing the Valve File or the Meta Journey 2 to make sure they can get to libraries of VR-just games like Beat Saber and Half-Life, Alyx. An absence of serious VR titles takes a chance with placing the Vision Genius similarly situated as the Macintosh, a gadget predominantly for efficiency, not a center for gaming. While Apple is attempting to persuade game designers to put their titles on macOS with a new porting instrument, the truth of the matter is that most engineers aren't focusing on Macintosh as a stage in light of the fact that most gamers use Windows, and as of recently, Apple didn't precisely make it simple to bring over games from different OSes. We'll in any case need to perceive how well these recently ported games really perform. Despite the fact that Apple's headset could not quickly have a portion of the arresting encounters that show up when playing VR games like Arizona Daylight, Edge, and Witchcraft, it's not likely to represent the deciding moment of the headset's prosperity. They appear to be nailing the focuses that Meta has been all bumbling for most recent couple of years, specifically by and large UX, Blair Renault, VR game engineer and the overseer of Iris VR, tells The Edge. They obviously aren't centered around the ongoing VR environment and game engineers such as myself, however, that might be the right move eventually. For the business to push ahead, we want everything I referenced, not simply gradual equipment upgrades. Apple's sluggish, cautious way to deal with VR is reflected inside the actual gadget. Rather than giving UA to some degree jolting and new UI that immerses your existence, the Vision A surfaces a bunch of conspicuous applications that exist in your genuine climate because of video pass-through. Obviously, there is the choice to turn on full VR utilizing the advanced crown, yet Apple fundamentally left this application for watching films or replaying recordings. You will not need to stress over becoming acclimated to regulators either, as you can explore through the gadget utilizing only your eyes and hands. In view of the initial feelings of the Vision Genius, the innovation is clearly there for it to succeed. Yet, as with most gadgets out there, the applications make it. Luckily for Apple, it's simpler to expand upon an establishment's layout than fabricate one without any preparation.